Okay, resetters. I am in the airport and it's Thursday night and I was getting ready to board a plane. I'm heading out for a seminar this weekend and I realized that there was like one of the major reset tips that I tell my patients, but I've never done on a Facebook Live, is that when you fly, your digestive system literally shuts off. So if you're on a long flight, 12, 13, 14 hours, what ends up happening is that as you are flying and you're eating, when you're up in the altitude, your digestion literally shuts off. So one of the biggest pieces of advice that I have for you is that if you're heading out for a long flight, tonight I have a pretty quick flight, not a big deal, but I did try to eat a little bit earlier so that when I get up into the altitude, when I get up into the air, my digestion doesn't shut off. So when you're going on those long flights, make sure you don't eat. I have a patient that when she flies, she goes back from both coasts, so she goes from San Jose to New York every 10 days. She fasts, and when she gets into her seat, she tells them, "I'm fasting, don't bring me any food." So when you're up in the air and you're up in the altitude, your digestion is shutting off. So whatever you eat at that particular moment is going to just sit in your gut. It's going to ferment. It's going to change the pH of your gut, and it's going to make it very difficult for when you land. And there are many thoughts that perhaps if you don't eat, like I guess many flight attendants don't eat when they're in the air. If you don't eat in the air, that you actually, when you land, especially if you're in a new time zone, it'll help you with jet lag. Because the minute you land, your digestion's going to have to kick in again. And it has to start to take all the food that's been sitting in there for several hours, and it's going to have to start to digest it. So there's my tip. There's my flight tip. If you're flying anywhere, if it's a short flight, eat before it. 2 hours before the flight is a great time, and then hop on the flight and get to your destination. If you're going on a very long flight, then don't eat when you're on a long flight, because you're letting that food sit in your digestive tract and ruin your microbiome. So it's like one of those weird things that people have no idea about. So there's my flying resetter tip. This is why I love fasting. When you don't know how to fast, it's very difficult when you get on those long flights because you're dying, right? But when you have fast trained your body, then it becomes much easier. So don't eat on your flight. It's going to promote your jet lag. And yeah, that's my resetter tip for today. Hope you're all doing great. And yeah, let me know what your experience is with flying. I'm such a fan of the I used to do the gluten-free meals, and I'd ask for all those things. And now I just get on a flight and I drink water. So hope that helps.